Could Patrick Mahomes' actions be the tipping point that leads the NFL to join the NBA and NHL in cracking down on flopping? We're diving into the controversial calls from the Chiefs-Texans game and what it could mean for the future of officiating in the NFL. Let's break it down. 1. The controversial play. What happened with Mahomes? During the Chiefs' 23-14 victory over the Texans, a particular play caught everyone's attention. With the Chiefs driving down the field in the fourth quarter, Mahomes scrambled to his left and pulled up as he neared the sideline. When linebacker Henry To'oTo'o made a light tap on Mahomes, the quarterback dramatically threw himself to the ground. Mahomes, in this case, seemed to be attempting to draw a penalty, which he didn't get. But that didn't stop Troy Aikman from expressing his frustration over it during the broadcast. 2. Troy Aikman's take. Why he felt Mahomes was flopping. Aikman, a Hall of Fame quarterback, didn't hold back. He said, he's trying to draw the penalty. Rather than just run out of bounds, he slows down, criticizing Mahomes for trying to fool the officials into throwing a flag. It's a point that Aikman and many fans believe is a growing issue. We've seen it in other sports, like basketball and hockey, where players embellish contact to gain an advantage. Is this starting to creep into the NFL? Aikman thinks so. 3. Why this could be a bigger issue for the NFL. Flopping, or attempting to draw a penalty through exaggerated actions, is something we see frequently in the NBA and NHL, where players try to deceive the referees to earn free throws or power plays. But in the NFL? Not so much. There's no official rule against flopping. But should there be? With the NFL's rules evolving, especially around quarterback protections, Aikman believes it's time for the league to take a serious look at whether this behavior should be penalized. He's not alone. Many players and fans are frustrated by what they see as an overemphasis on protecting the quarterback. And this might be one of the unintended consequences. 4. The bigger picture. NFL's evolving officiating and rules. The NFL has always had tough decisions when it comes to officiating, especially when it involves quarterbacks. In the Mahomes play, a penalty was thrown for roughing the passer earlier in the game, a call that also sparked debate. Was there really any forcible contact with Mahomes during his late slide? NFL officials defended the call, saying they must throw the flag if there's any doubt about roughing. But Aikman believes both of these calls, the Mahomes flop and the roughing penalties, highlight a bigger issue with NFL officiating and whether it's too lenient with quarterbacks. Could the league take a page from the NBA or NHL in addressing these actions? 5. Will the NFL follow suit? Could we see the NFL crack down on flopping in the offseason? It's a real possibility. NFL's senior VP of officiating, Walt Anderson, said it might be up for debate and that the league's competition committee could revisit these calls, and perhaps even tweak the rules to curb this behavior. Flopping in the NFL may not be as prominent as in other sports. But if players like Mahomes start to push the boundaries, the league may have to decide whether this is something they want to actively discourage. 6. Conclusion. What's next for NFL officiating? Whether or not the NFL decides to crack down on flopping, the debate over officiating is far from over. If Mahomes' play serves as a wake-up call, we might see some significant changes in how the league handles these situations moving forward. So, what do you think? Should the NFL start penalizing players for flopping? Or is this just part of the game? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL insights and analysis. Alright, my friends, get ready because today, we're diving into one of the most bizarre, confusing, and downright hilarious moments in recent NFL history. If you thought you'd seen everything in football, think again. Patrick Mahomes, the man who can seemingly do no wrong, may have just pulled off one of the slickest moves, and I'm not talking about one of his no-look passes. Nope, this time, it was a flop. Yes, you heard me right, a full-on flop, like something you'd see in a soccer game, but with a football twist. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, what? Mahomes? A flop? That's what I said too. In a game that was already full of drama. A play in the fourth quarter made the entire internet explode. So what happened? Did Mahomes get hit and make an Oscar-worthy performance to get a penalty? Or was he just being extra careful, extra careful? Well, buckle up because we're breaking it down in excruciating detail. Should Mahomes be punished for this stunt? Or is it just a smart, savvy move to get the win? We'll look at the play from every angle. We'll get inside the head of NFL refs, experts, fans, and of course, Patrick Mahomes himself. Spoiler alert. He's not exactly apologizing. But wait, there's more. Before we dive into the flop of the century, I want to take a moment and set the stage. You know we've got to start with some history to put everything in perspective. How did we get to this moment? And what's the NFL really thinking about all of this? Stay tuned because this video has everything: drama, controversy, humor, and maybe even a little bit of football wisdom. And hey, I want to hear your thoughts, too. So don't forget to hit that like button if you love the NFL, or love a good drama, and of course, subscribe. Because this roller coaster is just getting started. Alright, here's what went down. It's the AFC playoff game, and the Kansas City Chiefs are fighting for a chance to advance to the AFC Championship. We all know the stakes, right? Mahomes has been playing like an MVP all season. But this game, well, it didn't start out great. The Texans, who honestly were kind of underrated coming into this game, managed to keep the pressure on. But then, in the fourth quarter, with everything on the line, the flop happened. You can already picture it in your head, can't you? Mahomes, instead of doing what any normal quarterback would do, running out of bounds or just diving down, he decided to do something more, well, theatrical. He slows down, practically tiptoes, and then, bam, he throws himself to the ground as if he's been hit by a truck. And the refs? They didn't miss it. A penalty flag flies in. The Chiefs got their call. Now let's pause here. Was it a genius move? Was he playing 3D chess while the Texans were stuck playing checkers? Or did Mahomes, the superstar, cross a line and flop like he was in the World Cup? One thing's for sure, this play had everyone from Troy Aikman to Twitter absolutely buzzing. And trust me, we're diving deep into those reactions. But first, let's rewind a bit and talk about the rules. See, in the NFL, the rules around roughing the passer are pretty clear. Quarterbacks are protected, especially when they're in the pocket. But what happens when a quarterback turns into a runner? That's where it gets a little blurry. Aikman, who was calling the game, made a very valid point when he said Mahomes wasn't in the pocket anymore. But Mahomes still got the penalty call, and the Chiefs capitalized on it. Was it fair? That's up for debate. But let's be real for a second, Mahomes isn't the first QB to push the envelope with these calls. We've seen it time and time again in the NFL. The truth is, quarterbacks know exactly how to play the refs and get those precious penalty calls. And Mahomes? He's an expert in this field. Now, I know some of you are probably sitting there thinking, okay, so it was a little dramatic. But who cares, right? Well, this is where things get spicy. Let's look at how this all unfolded on social media. You've got fans who are not happy with the call, and they made their feelings very clear. Right after that penalty flag dropped, Twitter went into a frenzy. I'm talking about pure chaos. Everyone had an opinion, from fans on both sides of the rivalry to NFL analysts.